Delighted to say that, as promised at the top of the show, we're joined by Liam Livingstone live, um, and captaining the Birmingham Phoenix. Of course, he's been in tremendous form after losing their first two games. They've now won two of the last three, and are part of the logjam. Just 4 points between the top seven teams. Tremendous for the competition. Liam, 69 not out, 46 and 45, strike rate of about 200. You're obviously seeing it and hitting it very, very well at the moment.
Yeah, it's been really nice. Obviously, coming into the summer, I was hoping for a big tournament. I felt like I was playing really well for Lancashire coming in. I picked up an injury towards the end of the blast, which was quite annoying, but thankfully it settled down quite nicely. And yeah, I've been playing really nicely. I've been enjoying myself. I've enjoyed the extra responsibility of being captain as well at the Phoenix. And yeah, like you said, I think the tournament's perfectly set up for a lot of teams. Yeah, like you said, it's pretty tight at the top of the table, and hopefully, over the next couple of days, we can work our way up that table.
Yeah, talk about the sort of the competition in a bit, but you as captain, Liam. I was with you a few months ago, or last month at Lords. You talk about sort of having responsibility. You as captain, you have gone on a decent run. You're 2 from 3 in the last, obviously in the last 3. You've beat the Oval Invincibles, who have been probably head and shoulders so far in the 100 and in the history of the 100, the best side. And you as a captain going out and scoring runs, it must be a great place to be at that Birmingham Phoenix at this moment in time.
Yeah, I think that's been the frustrating thing for us is on paper, we feel like we've got pretty much every angle covered. We probably just haven't performed to our best in probably all three facets of the game, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, we feel like we've still got a lot of improvement in us, which yeah, I think we showed last night. We probably put all three together for the first time in the tournament last night, and it probably showed what a good team we are. So yeah, it's probably been a little bit frustrating for us as a squad, sort of the first 4 or 5 games. But yeah, like I said, we're still in there. We've still got a chance to make the finals, and hopefully we can make a run now and take some confidence from the performance last night, and hopefully run with that and finish the tournament in the right way and take some momentum, hopefully reach the finals. And yeah, I think we know we've pretty much got to win 5 games to win the tournament, so it's quite easy for us to look that way.
Liam, we have a tendency not to bestow the term greatness on, current players, particularly young players. But I think it's fair to say that Rashid Khan is a great of the shortest format. He's just a great bowler. And it's not often that he gets taken to the cleaners, but you destroyed him. Was that that doesn't happen very often? Was that predetermined, or did that just happen in the moment?
Do you know what? He's obviously been an incredible bowler in T20 cricket for many years now, but I actually have a decent record against him. So I have a lot of confidence in playing against him. I had a really good game against him in the IPL a few months ago, and coming into that game, he was probably their bowler that I would try to have taken on, just through having confidence in done well against him before. So um, yeah, obviously he's a great of the modern game. He's been probably the best bowler in the world in T20 cricket for a number of years now. So it's always nice to get one over on him. I love playing against him actually because he plays the game in such a great spirit. Yeah, we both sort of have a bit of a laugh together. He knows he's trying to hit my stumps, and I'm going to try and slug across the line and try and hit him for 6. So it's always a great battle against him. He wants wickets and I want to try and take him down. So yeah, over the last sort of 12 months, we've had some good battles, and thankfully I've come out on top on a few of them. So no, especially the other night, I think the situation of the game, the situation of the tournament, that's probably what I'm most pleased about is the fact that I was there at the end to see the team home. And yeah, at the start of the tournament as captain, that's something that I wanted to try and do, to try and lead from the front. Yeah, with my actions more than anything. So hopefully I've done that so far, and hopefully I can continue to do that.
Liam, you talked there about the sort of T20 game and obviously the 100 this year. What have you made of the 100 this year? I say when we spoke at Lords, you were so enthusiastic about the 100. I've not exactly been, waving flags and, blowing whistles about the format of this competition. But this year, again, my bugbear of it is, you played a huge amount of franchise cricket. Can you put your finger on why there's been so many sort of one-sided games? I looked down even this week. There's been 10 games this week. The game's been won by 80 runs, 50 runs, 35 runs. There's a game won with 35 balls to spare. And I mean, that's just this week. Can you, as an experienced cricketer, understand or put your finger on why there's been so little tight games of cricket?
Yeah, I get your point that everybody, certainly me, I don't know why I don't really watch a lot of cricket, but certainly at home, during this period, I always have the 100 on every night. I really enjoy watching it. I think it's a great, I think there's little things of it that are really good. Being able to face 10 balls in a row is a great thing as a player. But yeah, to answer your question on, I don't really know why there isn't that many tight games, because I think you look when you go to the IPL, it feels like 1 in every 2 games is really tight. But yeah, I think all I can say about it is certainly going and playing in this tournament. It's my favorite month of the year. I absolutely love it. You turn up to grounds in England and they're pretty much full every game that we play, which is something we haven't been able to do with domestic cricket for a long while. And we turn up and there's kids wearing shirts, there's families there. It's a very different group of people that are coming to watch us play cricket as opposed to what we usually get in the T20 Blast, for example. So yeah, certainly as a competition, I absolutely love the way it's set up. I love the 100 balls. I don't know why, I can't put my finger on it. It feels like it goes by in a flash. I feel like it's a really fun game to be a part of, certainly playing and probably as a spectator when I sit at home at night and watch it as well. Yeah, but I don't really know why. It's only 20 balls difference to a T20, but I feel like it's just something a little bit different, and I certainly really enjoy playing in it. But yeah, I certainly think that yeah, to get a few more people on side, I think you need a few more tighter games and tighter finishes, which is what people really enjoy watching.
Sounds like you're saying there are less beer snakes in the crowd, Liam.
You can't have them these days anyways, can you? The stewards are straight up there and
Yeah, the
take them
fun
off them
police pop in,
anyways.
don't they?
I know, yeah, like the beer snakes are going to be so dangerous. So yeah, you sometimes see that in the crowd actually.
Liam, uh, when people see you bat like you have been recently, the sort of head scratching befuddlement as to why you're not been named in any of the England squads. Is there still good communication? I mean, is there a sense that just try a few different names, or is there? I mean, you captained England not so long ago.
Yeah, yeah, I did, and I actually really enjoyed it and thought I did a pretty decent job at doing it. Obviously, I didn't have a great series in India and Pakistan. And yeah, I hold my hand up, I wasn't good enough out there, but I probably wasn't the only one that didn't have a great series as well. And then yeah, I got a phone call from Baz during the IPL to tell me that I'd been dropped from both squads, and unfortunately, that was the last time I heard anything from any of the top 4 people in charge, with Righty, Keezy, Baz, and Brookie. I haven't had a single word since. So yeah, I don't know where I stand with England, to be honest. I feel like the frustrating part for me is I feel like I've got my best cricket ahead of me. I absolutely love playing for England. It's probably been the most enjoyable part of playing cricket. Representing your country with 3 lions on your chest is obviously something you want to do as a little kid, and nothing makes me more prouder than being able to represent my country. And especially at my age now, I feel like this is where people start to really come into their prime as a batter. You look at Joss over the last few years, and I feel like coming into a World Cup year, I feel like I could really help an England team go a long way to winning a World Cup. And yeah, that's probably the little bit of frustrating thing for me is I would love to help. I would love to play for England. I feel like I'm still good enough to play for England. But yeah, like I said, I haven't had a single word since halfway through the IPL. So I don't really know where I stand, to be honest. But yeah, all I can do is keep enjoying my cricket, keep playing cricket with a smile on my face. That's certainly when I've been playing at my best, and I probably feel like right now I'm playing as well as I ever have done in my whole career. So yeah, who knows? All I can keep doing is keep trying to take wickets and score runs and see what happens. Unfortunately, I'm just a player. I'm not a selector or a coach. I can't worry about that sort of stuff too much. It's my job to just go out on the pitch and do as well as I can.
Liam, is there I mean, it's hard to put this how I really want it from a frustrating point of view, because you touched on some of the elements of it, but it's like when you've been given responsibility in your career, and Manners will tell you, I mean, I've been a big critic of yours in times, and I've told you that to your face. But when you've been given responsibility, i.e., you got captain of the team, you know, you did a very, very good job. You got asked to bat number 4 because a lot of the other players weren't playing. You got 100 for England, and did a very, very good job. You're now captain of the Phoenix, and they're going well. You know, responsibility seems to lie very, very well on your shoulders. You know, when I'd say the big guns, but other players come back, you then get shunted down to 7 and number 8 in times. You have to play accordingly that way. Have you spoke to anybody about saying, look, if you give me the responsibility, I will perform the way I want to perform, rather than, you know, the sort of the bowler that bats at number 7 and has to sort of slog it from ball 1 and sometimes gets out in these ways? Has nobody spoke to you about the responsibility? Because for me, that level of responsibility you've had in the last however many times, you've thrived with that, but then you seem to get shunted when other people come back.
Yeah, that's probably been one of my biggest frustrations, is actually whenever I've gone up the order, I've actually done really well for England. And yeah, like people, I don't know, maybe my versatility has probably been against me a little bit. Being able to come in further down the order and hit sixes from ball 1 is obviously not something that a lot of people can do. But yeah, certainly the way I feel like I've gone in my England career, I don't know the stats exactly, but I feel like the further up the order I've batted, the better my stats would be. And it's something I've really enjoyed. I feel like I'm a batter that can go on and win games for whoever I'm playing for, not necessarily a slogger down the order that can come in and come off every now and then. I feel like I've got more game than that, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, yeah, the more responsibility I've had in my career, the better I've done. And yeah, I've really enjoyed the responsibility whenever I've been given it. I feel like last year in the West Indies, I did the same, even during the summer. If I look back, and there was a game against Australia when I got 90 odd chasing down a total there. I think back to Lords when I took down Mitchell Stark in the last over there. So I feel like over the last 12 months, I have done a lot right in an England shirt, but I hold my hands up and I completely agree that India and Pakistan was a bit of a disaster tournament and series for me. But yeah, like I think everybody goes through them sort of stages in their career where not everybody performs as well as they can over an extended period. So yeah, certainly since I came back from the IPL, yeah, I've kind of just sort of taken a step back a little bit, done a little bit of work on my game, which I haven't been able to do for a long while because you're just forever playing cricket. And I felt like whilst I was with England, I got dropped at the start of last summer. So I felt like I was forever sort of treading on a tightrope. And to be able to sort of show that vulnerability to step back and sort of work on your game was a pretty hard thing for me to do at the time. So yeah, the natural sort of break in that it gave me after the IPL, I got injured during the T20 Blast when I felt like things were sort of going really well for me, and sort of seeing that as an opportunity to improve my game, to get better. I know I still need to get better and keep improving, but I feel like I've done that in a pretty quick space of time over this summer. So yeah, in answer to your question, I've loved the extra responsibility whenever I've had it, and certainly I feel like I'm thriving on it at the moment with the Phoenix, and hopefully that can continue whatever cricket's ahead, whether Yeah, like I said before, I don't know whether the England opportunity will ever come again. I don't really know how that's going to work, but yeah, if it's not with England, I'm sure a lot of franchises will benefit for it over the next couple of years.
It'll be amazing if it doesn't come again, Liam.
Mm.
But apart from senior and experienced players being discarded, there's also a move, it seems, in the new England regime to push young and inexperienced players very, very hard. And I wondered what you thought about Jacob Bethell. You shared a change room with him, obviously, and being appointed as England's youngest ever captain. That's that Harmy and I certainly found our eyebrows being raised by by that appointment.
Yeah, look, Jacob's a very young kid, but he has got a very old head on very young shoulders. I love being around Jacob. He's a great lad to play with. He's got an incredible work ethic, and yeah, he does everything in the right way. And I think that they've probably seen something in him that they think maybe a future captain is in there. The only thing for Jacob at the moment is he's had a pretty difficult summer. He's coming out of it, I think, the other end. He's played brilliantly the last two games. And yeah, I guess I've actually probably been in the middle with Jacob more than anyone else over the last couple of years, certainly playing for England and then with the Phoenix as well. And it's been great to see his development. He's developing at a very quick rate. But yeah, sometimes we do need to remember that he's only 21. He's still a young kid. He's got a lot to learn. But I think everybody in English cricket knows how high his ceiling is and how good of a cricketer he is going to be. But I think the thing that we just need to remember is he is 21 and he's got to learn a lot of learning and development to do.
Yeah, well said. Just finally from me, Liam, you mentioned how well you did for Lancashire at the start of the blast. The restructure, I mean, the restructures, I'm not even going to go into it because it's laughable, some of the stuff that's come out. But one of the things that has come out is, I mean, 2 less games for every team. You're going to play more regionalised, a lot more derbies that you're in on with Yorkshire and Durham and people like that. Do you think that's better for the T20 Blast, that it has been reduced to like games very, very close to each county, so there's hopefully a lot more crowds coming, a lot more derbies involved in exciting cricket?
Yeah, I do get that. I don't exactly know how it's going to work, but I think the other 3 teams, apart from your 2 derbies within your little 3, are going to change every year, aren't they?
Every year, yeah.
So I think at some point we'll end up with Sussex, Hampshire, and whatever on the south coast, which
It could be worse. Durham could be going there.
yeah, exactly. Durham will have to take a plane, I think. So that's the only thing is 3 years down the line when you've got the southern teams in your group and you're making trips down there. I'm guessing they're going to make, if we end up with Sussex, Essex, and Hampshire or something in the same group, I'm guessing you'll play all 3 of them on the road at once and come back up. Otherwise, it kind of defeats the object of the travel
ECB and
that's
common sense,
involved.
though, Liam. ECB
I
and common
know,
sense. Come
I
on.
know. So
I can
yeah,
see it. You can't.
what the biggest thing that I thought we needed is just at the moment there's so much cricket that the time to really rest and get your body up to 100%, especially for seamers, to make sure that we're playing the best cricket we can possibly play every time we walk out on that pitch, and not just clinging on to fitness and trying to get through game after game after game, which doesn't do anybody any good because it's no good for the player and it's probably no good for the spectator either, who's not getting the best out of every player that's out on that pitch. So yeah, the idea for me would, if we'd have lost 2 championship games, it wouldn't have been a huge thing because there's still 12 games of county championship cricket. But you probably get the extra 2 weeks within the schedule, which allows a bit more time for rest, a bit more time for some gym work and stuff for bowlers, but also a bit more time for training, for developing games and stuff like that, which you don't necessarily get in county cricket, because I think that every time you bat or every time you bat in a net, it's before a game, it's in the morning of a championship game, or it's the day before a T20 game when you've travelled there after playing a championship game. So yeah, sometimes you need just a little bit of a couple of days here and there to rest up, to maybe do a bit of work on your game and whatever it is. But yeah, I see it from both sides. I know people want as much cricket as we can get in the summer, and we've got big squads and we can rotate players and stuff like that. But yeah, I think if there's a little bit of give from both sides, I feel like there's a very happy medium to be had there, and yeah, hopefully we get there in the end.